guys, it's Melanated RN, the Nurse Nomad. I was going to do a video on what to bring when going on a travel assignment, but I gotta change a part. I'm still gonna do that video. My lighting is messed up. I'm still gonna do that video, but I was literally watching this video on Instagram about, had this nurse crying. She works on an ICU unit, and I guess they have a lack of supplies, but she quit her job because they didn't have the proper PPE. And as I was watching that video, I literally felt like I could just cry with her, because this is literally a reality that we are facing as nurses, as healthcare providers. It's not just limited to nurses, because you have respiratory therapists, you have nurses, you have doctors, you even have the environmental services that are battling these things. Let me show you the video that I'm talking about.
I quit my job today. I went into work and I was assigned to a COVID patient on an ICU unit that has been converted to a designated COVID unit. None of the nurses are wearing masks, not even surgical masks, in the hallways when they're giving report to each other. I had my own N95 mask. I told my manager, I understand we're short on supplies, but let me protect myself. Let me feel safe. I have family that I have to come home to, and the way things are looking, this isn't gonna get any better. America is not prepared, and nurses are not being protected.
That broke my heart, because sometimes, you know, we see stuff on social media, we see things on the news, and it doesn't hit close enough to home. Or it's just like, damn, that's crazy, but that's not something I'm dealing with, so, you know. But this right here, it's real. It is so real. It is so real. Like, I work on a designated COVID-19 floor, and when I tell you, I was supposed to go on vacation. I was supposed to go to Jamaica to go see my grandmother, and I ended up not going because of the whole lockdown thing. But either way, I was off for the whole week. And when I left, we had a couple, like maybe one or two patients that were suspected for to be positive for COVID. They were still pending their results. And between that day and that week, oh my God, like I felt like I was in a new world. Like, this is crazy. Like, when I tell you, I'm at a loss for words. Like, when I tell you, like, our floor at that, I can't even talk, oh my God. I go back to work tomorrow. I've been off for like 4 days, but like I'm getting anxiety just thinking about going into work, because the last time I was at work, we were so low on N95 masks, so low. Like, if I go tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, yeah, we don't have no more. That worries me. Okay, I'm just gonna pick up where I left, because I had to pause that video because I was getting very overwhelmed, let's put it that way. But so yeah, my unit is now considered a designated COVID unit, which hearing that alone gets me very overwhelmed, and I get very anxious. I don't even have issues. I've never really been anxious about anything ever in my life up until now. Like, I go to work and my anxiety is through the roof. My last shift was on Friday. From the moment I got to work, I just felt so like, like, oh my God, it's crazy. But yeah, we've been getting short on stuff. So it's been 4 days since I've been to work. I go back to work tomorrow, so we'll see how it is. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't have anything. You have to think about this. Usually, let's say if I go into a room and a patient has the flu and I put on like a regular surgical mask, if I go into that patient's room for 2 seconds, I'm taking it off and throwing it away. If I go to a patient's room that has TB and I go into that room for 2 seconds, I'm taking that mask off and I'm throwing it away. And now, and that's for just infection control purposes. And now we're being forced to wear one mask for a whole entire week. Well, some hospitals are forced to wear for a whole entire week. Our hospital, we just been wearing one mask for a whole entire shift. So it's crazy, guys. It's crazy. Thankfully on my unit, if we do have a patient that is COVID positive or a COVID rule out, we get 2 patients max. And I'm not working on ICU unit. I'm working on a telemetry unit. So thankfully we have the luxury of like keeping a low nurse to patient ratio with everything that's going on. With such little mask, I mean, imagine having to go through 5 different rooms. That's like so much exposure in and out. Like, that's crazy. And putting ourselves at risk with having to go in so many times. Like now at work, my days are looking a little bit different. Before, like I will literally not take a report until I saw my patient with my own 2 eyes. Like, okay, you can give me a report. I'm getting a report inside the room. I need to make sure this patient's breathing, not in no respiratory distress, you know. But now I'm taking a report outside of the room, and I just pray to God that that one time that I go into the patient's room, everything's good. I mean, granted, the night shift nurse does check on the patient before, you know, at least by like 6 o'clock. But before, I would never get report on a patient without seeing them with my own 2 eyes. But now it's just like we don't have enough supplies to be like, okay, I'm gonna go in the room and come back out and give you meds in the next 30 minutes to an hour. It's like we are just so limited on resources. Like the way that we have to do things now is crazy. Thank God the patients that are on my floor are pretty much stable. They're very stable. Most of them that are positive with COVID-19 are independent and young. COVID-19 does not discriminate. Most of my patients are independent and young, thank God, because I wouldn't be as worried with not having to go into their rooms. But it's crazy. Like, some people that have never been hospitalized before, have never been sick before, are in the hospital. And then the ones that are feeling it really bad, yeah, they do have a history of like some type of respiratory issues such as asthma. But I mean, if you think about it, there's so many people that have like childhood asthma or have like a little bit of asthma. Like, that's not something that's uncommon, but like these people are really getting affected by it. Things are being done so differently because we are limited on masks, gowns, like, oh my God, like I'm even embarrassed to say this. Like I feel uncomfortable saying this. I've even heard that there's doctors that are declining to see their patients because they don't want to go into a room with a COVID-19 patient. I am like embarrassed to say that, but it's true. It is true that there are some providers that refuse to go into a patient's room. Some doctors are writing notes as if they've seen the patient and they haven't seen the patient. I've heard that too. It's crazy. I don't know. This thing is affecting the whole entire world in every aspect possible. Financially, economically, health-wise, education. Everyone's education is getting impacted. Kids are at school. They're probably not learning the same way that they would in school. A lot of people can't go to their graduations. I mean, these are like little things on a bigger scale of things, but it's affecting everyone some way, somehow. I don't know. I don't know. It's I don't know. Guys, I don't really have much to say anymore. It's just really rough, and I have to go back to work tomorrow, and I'm working myself up already because I know for sure that if I go to work, I'm getting a patient that has COVID-19. So I have to protect myself the best way I can. And ways that I have been doing that, I guess I can make a video on that, but I've been really taking my vitamins very seriously. I've been doing like a lot of herbal detoxes and putting in like moringa powder into my smoothies to just like really keep my immune system up to par. I'm a healthy individual, praise God. I don't have any like pre-existing health conditions. I'm not immunocompromised, but this disease does not discriminate. Stay home, quarantine, practice social distancing. Like, this is crazy. Like, oh my God, like, I don't know. You guys, it's been a pleasure talking to ya. Stay safe, guys. Bye. Love you.